In today's digital age, passwords are the keys to our online kingdoms. They are the first line of defense against unauthorized access to our personal and professional lives. From our social media profiles to our online banking accounts, passwords protect our most sensitive information. We use them for everything from social media to online banking. Each platform requires a unique password to ensure that our data remains secure. However, the sheer number of accounts we manage can be overwhelming. It's tempting to reuse the same password across multiple platforms for convenience. After all, remembering dozens of different passwords can be a daunting task. But this convenience comes at a significant risk. However, this practice is akin to using the same key for your house, car, and office. Imagine if you lost that key, or if it was stolen. The person who finds it would have access to all your most important possessions. If one gets compromised, all are at risk. A single breach can open the door to multiple accounts, leading to a cascade of security failures. Imagine a scenario where you use the same password for your email and your online shopping account. You might think it's harmless, but the reality is far more dangerous. A hacker gains access to your shopping account credentials through a data breach. This is not an uncommon occurrence, as data breaches happen more frequently than we might like to admit. Now, they can try the same password for your email. If you've reused your password, the hacker now has a direct path to your email account. If successful, they have access to a treasure trove of sensitive information. Your email often contains personal conversations, financial details, and even access to other accounts. This can lead to identity theft, financial loss, and much more. The consequences of a compromised email account can be far-reaching and devastating. Reusing passwords creates a domino effect. One compromised account can lead to another and another until your entire digital life is at risk. One compromised account can lead to a cascade of breaches, jeopardizing your online security. The interconnected nature of our online presence means that a single weak link can bring down the entire chain. This is why using unique and strong passwords for each online account is non-negotiable. A strong password is your best defense against unauthorized access. It's not just about the strength of your password, it's about the sheer number of places where that password is used. The more you reuse a password, the more vulnerable you become. The more places your password is used, the larger the attack surface becomes. Each additional use of the same password increases the risk of a breach. This makes it easier for hackers to compromise your accounts and wreak havoc on your digital life. Protect yourself by using unique passwords, and consider using a password manager to keep track of them all. To understand the real-world implications of password reuse, I decided to conduct an experiment. I created a series of dummy accounts on various platforms. These included social media accounts, online shopping portals, and even a couple of less secure online forums. The catch? I used a ridiculously simple and commonly used password for all of them, password 123. Yes, I know, it's laughable, but that's precisely the point. Many people still use such weak and easily guessable passwords, making themselves vulnerable to attacks. I deliberately chose a weak password to simulate the behavior of users who don't prioritize password security. The goal was to see how easily these accounts could be compromised and what the consequences might be. By using a password that is practically a cliché in the world of cybersecurity, I was setting myself up as an easy target. This would allow me to observe firsthand the tactics employed by hackers and the speed at which compromised accounts could be exploited. With the test account set up, it was time to simulate a phishing attack. This is a crucial step in understanding how vulnerable our systems and users are to such threats. By simulating an attack, we can observe the methods and tactics used by real hackers. And more importantly, we can see how our defenses hold up under pressure. Phishing is a common tactic used by hackers to trick individuals into revealing their login credentials. It's a form of social engineering that preys on human psychology rather than technical vulnerabilities. Hackers craft convincing emails that appear to come from trusted sources, making it difficult for the average user to distinguish between a legitimate message and a malicious one. They often send out emails disguised as legitimate messages from banks, social media platforms, or other trusted sources. These emails typically contain urgent requests or alarming information designed to provoke an immediate response. For example, a phishing email might claim that your bank account has been compromised, or that you need to verify your social media account to avoid suspension. I crafted a simple phishing email designed to entice recipients to click on a malicious link. The email was carefully worded to appear as though it was from a reputable organization, complete with official logos and formatting. The goal was to make it as convincing as possible, so that even a cautious user might be tempted to click on the link without thinking twice. The email claimed that there was an issue with the user's account and they needed to verify their login details. This is a common tactic used in phishing attacks, as it creates a sense of urgency and fear. People are more likely to act quickly and without caution when they believe their personal information or finances are at risk. The link, of course, led to a fake login page designed to steal their username and password. This page was an exact replica of the legitimate login page, making it nearly impossible to tell the difference at a glance. Once the user entered their credentials, the information would be sent directly to the attacker, giving them full access to the victim's account. I sent this phishing email to the email addresses associated with my test accounts. This allowed me to monitor the responses and see how effective the phishing attempt was. By analyzing the results, I could identify which elements of the email were most convincing and which needed improvement. The aim was to see if the allure of a seemingly urgent account issue would be enough to trick someone into entering their weak password. This test would provide valuable insights into how real users might respond to a similar attack and highlight any weaknesses in our current security protocols. Phishing relies on human psychology, exploiting our trust and our tendency to react quickly to urgent requests. It's a stark reminder that even the most sophisticated security measures can be bypassed if we don't exercise caution and common sense. Understanding the psychological aspects of phishing can help us develop better training programs and awareness campaigns to educate users about the dangers of these attacks. Exploiting our trust and our tendency to react quickly to urgent requests. Hackers know that people are more likely to make mistakes when they feel pressured or stressed. By creating a sense of urgency, they increase the chances that the recipient will act without thinking, providing the attacker with the information they need. It's a stark reminder that even the most sophisticated security measures can be bypassed if we don't exercise caution and common sense. In the end, the human element is often the weakest link in the security chain. By staying informed and vigilant, we can protect ourselves and our organizations from falling victim to these deceptive tactics. Section 4. Behind enemy lines. Monitoring the dark web. While waiting for the phishing attack to yield results, I delved into the shadowy corners of the dark web. The dark web is a haven for illegal activities, including the buying and selling of stolen data. Using specialized tools and maintaining a strict ethical code, I searched for any signs of the password 123 credentials I had used for my test accounts. The goal was to see if these credentials had been compromised in previous data breaches and were now being circulated among cyber criminals. Navigating the dark web is a risky endeavor, even for experienced researchers. It requires specialized knowledge, precautions to protect one's identity, and a strong ethical compass to avoid contributing to the illicit activities taking place there. The dark web serves as a stark reminder that once our data is compromised, it can end up in the hands of malicious actors who are constantly seeking to profit from our stolen information. Section 5. Brute force and credential stuffing, hackers' tools of the trade. Hackers employ various methods to gain unauthorized access to accounts, and two common techniques are brute force attacks and credential stuffing. These methods are not only effective but also relatively easy to execute with the right tools and knowledge. Understanding how these attacks work can help individuals and organizations better protect themselves. Brute force attacks involve systematically trying different password combinations until they find the correct one. This method relies on the sheer computational power to guess passwords by trying every possible combination. While it can be time-consuming, the use of advanced algorithms and powerful hardware can significantly speed up the process. This method is often automated, with hackers using software to rapidly input thousands or even millions of password guesses. These automated tools can run continuously, tirelessly attempting to crack passwords until they succeed. The efficiency of these tools makes brute force attacks a persistent threat. Credential stuffing, on the other hand, exploits the fact that people tend to reuse passwords across multiple platforms. When a data breach occurs and passwords are leaked, hackers can use these stolen credentials to attempt logins on other websites. This method leverages the human tendency to use the same password for multiple accounts, making it a highly effective technique. Hackers use stolen credentials from one website and try them on other platforms in hopes of gaining access to more accounts. This approach is particularly dangerous because it can lead to a domino effect, where access to one account can compromise multiple other accounts, amplifying the damage. Both of these techniques are particularly effective against weak and commonly used passwords. Simple passwords like 123,456 inches or password are easy targets for brute force attacks and credential stuffing. The use of predictable passwords significantly increases the risk of unauthorized access. This highlights the importance of using strong, unique passwords for each online account to mitigate the risk of falling victim to such attacks. A strong password typically includes a mix of letters, numbers, and special characters, making it harder to guess. Additionally, using a password manager can help generate and store complex passwords, reducing the temptation to reuse them. These automated attacks demonstrate the persistence and resourcefulness of cybercriminals. They are constantly evolving their techniques and tools to bypass security measures. Staying informed about these methods is crucial for anyone looking to protect their digital assets. They also emphasize the need for strong passwords and multi-factor authentication to create a more robust defense against unauthorized access. Multi-factor authentication adds an extra layer of security by requiring a second form of verification, such as a text message code or a physical security key, making it much harder for hackers to gain access even if they have the password.